I picked up volumes 2 and 3 of Mashallah Magic and Muscles, and I read the first one online since it was out of stock. Mashallah is the main character of the story who, despite not having magical powers in a world of magic, he is still one of the strongest due to how much he physically works out his body. I'll definitely say this story is kind of like One Punch Man if it took place in the world of Harry Potter, where you have one character who is extremely strong with his physical abilities and has a nonchalant attitude towards life. The comedy is similar to One Punch Man, although I would definitely say that One Punch Man is still funnier and it has much better art. After reading these volumes, I'm not too interested in collecting more because the jokes started getting a little repetitive and I find myself not too engaged with the large cast of characters that the author was building, so this series was a drop for me. But if you like One Punch Man or Mob Psycho 100, this series is definitely a collect for you. This is the second to last volume of We Never Learn, a harem romance series that I've been enjoying. The series has really good art and I really like all the characters. It's a slice of life type of story that has minor arcs throughout that will develop each of the characters. I do talk about this series a lot because I've been collecting it for a while, but I think it's a great pickup for anyone who wants a simple rom-com to mindlessly read. I was able to buy the first 5 volumes of Blue Period, a manga series about a boy who's in his second year of high school, discovers the joy of painting and creating art. Before, he was just aimlessly wandering through life, doing whatever he was being told, but never staying true to himself due to fear of being rejected. He now finds himself passionate about creating art and challenges himself to join an art college that admits less than 5% of its applicants. With only a year and a half before exams start, he becomes obsessed with art in hopes of pursuing his dream. I really like this manga series. Whenever I read a story about someone giving it their all in their passion, it makes me want to work even harder at the things that I enjoy. This is a story about an average person who isn't naturally blessed with artistic ability, but his drive and work ethic accelerate his growth to such a high degree that even those who are around him are shocked. It's a story that tells you that anyone can do anything as long as they work hard and have a little bit of good luck on their way. I highly recommend the series to you all because I think it's a great series that can be added to any collection. I got the first 3 volumes to Blue Flag, which is a high school romance story that has a twist on the classic love triangle. Our main character is helping a girl in his class win the love of his childhood friend, but his childhood friend has rejected every girl that has ever asked him out, and the reason for this becomes very apparent very quickly in the series. This is a relatively short series at 8 volumes, and so far I'm enjoying the first 3 volumes. I'm really enjoying the character dynamics, and even though the love triangle isn't a new concept, I'm really liking what the author is doing with Blue Flag, and I like the number of unexpected things that the story brings, making me want to read every chapter to see what happens next. I would definitely recommend this series to any fan of romance. I got the first 3 volumes of Immortal Hound, a series where anyone can just shoot themselves in the head to get rid of a cold because everyone is able to resurrect. There are those who are unable to resurrect themselves who are known as the Vectors, and their existence is a disease that must be eliminated. The story is a battle between the police who hunt down the Vectors and the escape artists that rescue the Vectors. This series is unfortunately a drop for me. I couldn't find myself invested in the story or the characters. This is a story where the infected must learn to blend in a world where they are treated differently, and if you want to read a story like that, I would just recommend Tokyo Ghoul because the art, characters, and story I felt were just much better in my opinion. But of course, that is just my opinion, so if you want a short action-filled manga with an interesting concept, I would recommend Immortal Hounds.